I'd like to introduce all of you to Joe. At least we're calling you Joe here. And so, in order to read your face, if you would turn toward me, and I want to comment on your out-angled ears. If you'll face that way, I'm going to do a kind of show and tell on the ear that I can reach. Hold up the mirror, please, Joe, so that you're looking on the level. Because you really do look from the front. And when you look from the front, you see something about your ear angle. Because you, with both of your ears, you can see a lot of the ear, huh? They're outies, they're not innies. If you had in-angled ears, you'd see nothing. Except you'd know you had the ears. Boing, permanent press. So you see out-angled ears, and you have it on both sides. So let me tell you about the gift that goes with this. It applies both to career and to your personal life. And what it's about is that you are a leader in terms of saying and doing things in the situation that are appropriate to do. Rather than waiting, you know, like there might be somebody there who's very into structure, like Rose when she gives a workshop. We do it this way, we do it that way, you know, blah, 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 blah. And you just, I mean, you've been great at our party and all that, but in many social situations, you may find you don't follow those rules. You don't even know what the rules are, and you don't even care, unless you have to care.
That is true.
You do it Joe's way, and your spontaneous way. Why do I call that leadership? Because isn't that what leadership is, that you don't wait for people to tell you what to do?
Absolutely.
So many people think of being fashion leaders or opinion leaders or thought leaders or consciousness leaders, but they want to find out, what do other people do? What do other people expect? And you're kind of free from the need to do that as your default.
Yes, that is true.
Real leadership. And this is really great for entrepreneur, by the way. A lot of people who make a lot of money have that independence going, and that helps them do a kind of work other people aren't doing and not apologize constantly for it. Like, I know you've never heard of this, but I'm trying to do that. Not your thing. So what's the potential challenge that fits with this talent, Joe? What it is, it's like in the old I Love Lucy TV shows. Did you ever see any of them?
I have. I used to love them.
Me too. And in almost every episode, there came a moment when Ricky Ricardo would say to his creative wife, Lucy, "You got some splaining to do." And you may have splaining to do for people because you do things they're not expecting. Good things, but, you know, it's like they're expecting this and you go, and it works. Have you overcome that challenge? Any comment on that challenge?
I think I have. I'm overcoming it.
Well, let me give you a suggestion, if I might. 2 suggestions. The first suggestion is, remember, that's part of a talent for leadership. And a lot of us think, oh, leadership is wonderful. But leadership isn't always easy. So learning to use that talent can be tricky in terms of social skills. So one thing that is useful to do is, if you're with people who are really conservative, check out what they're doing first before you start doing being myself. Because being myself means, oh, heck is going to break loose, but in a nice way. Yeah. And how can you tell who are conservative people? Well, sometimes you can tell by how they're dressed. But sometimes you might want to tell as a face reader. If a person's ears are super close to the head, chances are that that person has a sense of what the rules ought to be socially. And I just want to comment, for those of you who are like deep thinkers about life, that there are many ways in which kinds of leadership show in a face. And the kind that's showing here with you, Joe, is leadership in how you act in social situations and doing things your way rather than waiting for other people to tell you the rules. So just know. And I hope that helps. Could we end with a handshake or a hug?
Yes,
What do you think?
a hug.
Oh, a hug. Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.